Welcome to the Biomolecules project overview. In this video, I will be giving you just an overview of the project, and then you'll be completing the quiz that follows this. So just some things that you should know. Your job will be to create a menu in Scratch that has two buttons, and you're going to choose which buttons you create. You're going to create either a quiz button or a diagram. And then your second button will be either fun facts or an interactive scene. So here's what I'm talking about. In Scratch, you will create a project that has like a menu page here. And I have 4 buttons on mine, but you'll only have 2. Again, you'll choose whether you want a quiz or diagram or the fun facts or interactive scene. So let's look between these two. So what's your quiz going to be? Basically, when you click the quiz button, you should have a character asking some questions about biomolecules that you're going to write, and then they're going to tally the answers to those questions, and you'll see that score right here. And you'll need to have, and I'll go into the requirements as far as like how many questions you need to have. But again, you can kind of see the point, like ultimately, it tells the final score, and then it shouldn't say great job, and then it kicks you back here. So you could do a quiz. Here's what the diagram looks like. You'll have a diagram of a biomolecule or some item related to biomolecules, and the diagram is like a hover over effect.
This will be the example for the nose.
And so like you can see, in my case, I did a respiratory system, but like
going to make my recording. This recording is about the trachea.
So you can see that if you decide to do the diagram, then you'll have kind of a diagram with some rollover options. I'll talk about the requirements there. And then the fun facts or scene. So the fun facts is just a scrolling of facts that you find. And there's kind of like a time effect, and like you can add different effects if you want. But ultimately, you'll see like it just, after a certain amount of time, just scrolls through different facts. And then finally, the interactive scene is one where this camera turns on and you can hit these certain items across this line, and you will indicate whether something is part of the biomolecule or not. So those are the 4 buttons, and you'll again decide whether you make quiz or diagram or fun facts or interactive scene. Some things that you should know, that you will need to watch this tutorial videos to complete the project. Scratch 3.0 will work on an iPad, so you don't just have to be limited to using a laptop. You can work on this on your iPad as well. All right, so let's get into the requirements. In the diagram, you have to identify some major parts of your system, and you should highlight at least 3 different parts. So when you highlight those 3 different parts, you should also create, a script for those highlighted parts. You saw that when I hovered over the nose, I began a recording which said some information. So you should have a script for those highlighted parts. If you decide to do the quiz, you're going to have to do some research, and then you'll have to have at least 5 quiz questions. And it doesn't just have to be 1 or 2 word answers. It could be like true, false. It can't, unfortunately, be multiple choice unless you want to code much more beyond the video. But the bottom line is that you have to have 5 quiz questions. If you decide to do the fun facts, you're going to need to research some fun facts, and you'll need to have at least 4 to 5 fun facts. In my fun fact video, there was only 2 of them, but you need to have 4 or 5. And finally, in the interactive scene, you need to identify major parts of your system, and you need to have a minimum of 5 things that are moving across the screen, 3 of which are part of the biomolecule or will make sense, and then 2 are kind of wrong choices when those go across the screen. Okay, that's what's going to be required for this project. You'll go ahead and exit this video and complete the quiz that's going to be associated with this video.